impossible. Go against the team.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we'll see the Cowboys' veteran quarterback as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Cowboys and the Browns, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. Brennan gone alongside my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, for as much as the defender in you probably hates to hear it, the NFL is a league ruled by offenses, and we've got a couple of good ones about ready to do battle here.
Well, you know me quite well. Maybe one day I can get to be commissioner. I can flip that around a little bit, and we can just talk about defense. But let's face it, we're talking about two units that rank in the top 5 in the league. So I think this might be a game where you forget about the field goals. You'd better finish your drives with touchdown if you want to keep up with the Joneses on the other sideline.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Play action here. Thompson. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 13 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
On 2nd and 9, Thompson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
So, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey bowl.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Jawan Bentley, the one to get in and finish off the play.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 22. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
And we'll get a few yards here to the 34. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 14 carries, 67 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Burrow looking to pass. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. That one goes for 24 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Henry is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. In their locker room, they've they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
They go play action with Burrow.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Henry up the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down and 4. Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blinked, you missed it. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. 2nd and goal from the 1. On 2nd and goal, Burrow.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Here's the throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
1st and 10. Here's Thompson.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
B.C. Johnson
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Running left, it's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So second and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Burrow will throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Thompson going play action here.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Thompson will look to the air on first down. Screen play, here's Etienne. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Thompson.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Joe Burrow and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10.
Gun. Shot. 11 coming.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
11.
Now it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And Henry gets the call there on first down as he pushes his way forward. A pickup of about 5.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And he's got some space here.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws it in.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
First down, Thompson.
That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First down, here's Thompson. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end.
Touchdown!
Dawson Knox from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing again, it's Burrow.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
To To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And right side, Henry's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll run forward with Henry. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. On the move to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Finding Knox there, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Off the play fake, it's Thompson.
And his throw is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Straight ahead, ETN.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Thompson's throw taken in by Samuel. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Thompson on 1st and 10. And returns it right back to Samuel. Touchdown, Cowboys! Deebo Samuel, 32 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 21. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field.
We've got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
And a catch made by Johnson.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Zane Gonzalez, the former Browns kicker, out for the field goal against his old teammates.
From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Browns shaken up on the play.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And now here's another interception.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
They'll try the left side with Etienne.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Thompson now, 3rd down.
This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Isaiah McKenzie. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've talked about it, C3, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On 3rd down, Henry. Room here to run.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now it's Burrow. The quick throw finds T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. Back now in Arlington. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, this has certainly been a nice try, but the way they've spread the football around, here they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Quickly to Hockenson.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to... And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. And the lead is cut to 2 here in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Thompson. He gets it left side to Johnson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Thompson now, 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Oh, and now some space to operate. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run it again with Henry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 3 yards out. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
First and 10, here's Thompson. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Thompson will look to the air on first down.
Open man is Samuel, complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Thompson back to the air once more.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Third and long, Thompson.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Here we go.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he's got room. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
On one, ready?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Again, it's Henry. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it. But think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now the Cowboys down on the scoreboard. 55 seconds remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Here we go, here we go.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, but he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Browns, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens.
I pray to God they rather tattle. Hey, what's so backward? I started off that, now I'm better. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been in prison. Don't worry, remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I?
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and over all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained.